4.
All right, I'm a little slow on the draw because I didn't know who you were getting.
Oh, okay.
Generally, you grab whoever's higher up in the alphabet, but of course you grabbed What Am I, making my job more difficult.
Duh. It's cool. It's cool. We don't need the mulligan for this. It's fine. It's totally cool. Just everybody blame Boulevard for no mulligan.
Maybe if you would just follow the metric that you usually do.
All right, there we go. We're good. We got it.
Stan mulliganed away Nasus and Spirit Leech and found Curse Keeper and Atrocity. Boom, there we go. Got the mulligan.
Cool. All right. Two pretty common cards you want to throw away there. Find a little bit later in the game. And what am I? We got Vi Zoe. Man, this deck is just absolutely everywhere now, seemingly doing a lot of work. And it's weird. Vi came out of nowhere, man. Like, Vi didn't get any, like, support added or changes, really. She just suddenly was included in this deck, and it seems to be doing pretty well. And she seems to be doing pretty well in the deck.
I love that for her.
I love that for her, too.
So I would imagine, you know, first of all, I noticed that you took the XX's off of What Am I's name. You want to make a joke about calling him WhatAmIXx before you get in here, but then you take the XX's off the man's name. It's crazy disrespectful, and I hope he punches you at land. Second of all, I would imagine that Stan banned the Thresh, or not the Thresh. Well, yeah, no, the Thresh. The Thresh Acel here. I thought Thresh was the wrong champion, but I would imagine that the Thresh Acel was banned on the side of What Am I. And then What Am I might have banned the Zoe Victor Vi, might have banned the Demacia Acel. Not entirely sure what the matchups look like on either side of that, but I don't think we're going to be getting too many mirror matches here unless What Am I manages to pick up the win here, and then Stan has to absolutely body the hell out of What Am I's Nasus Zilean. There's so many champions, man. This is hard. We need deck names.
This is becoming difficult. Yeah, it's I don't think the Zilean's gonna last long, Boulevard. I'm sure you agree too.
Not in this deck.
It just doesn't seem to be doing the trick really. But
I said that at some point I was pretty sure it was going to catch up with What Am I, and I think that here in the top 4 against previous 2-time OLS champion Stan is going to be when What Am I does falter on this this Zilean deck a little bit.
So I really like this play. So with that said, actually, What Am I not off to a great start here as far as, you know, how aggressive Stan's opener is, but I really like this iterative improvement onto the Dunekeeper. It gives you 2 blockers. It also gives you a blocker for this Bakai Reaper that will also survive into next turn, so it kind of prevents the Reaper from blocking. And then if the Dunekeeper attacks alongside the Sand Soldier, we can also block the Sand Soldier and still keep a unit around as well. So I really like this iterative improvement to just really play defensively here and save our life total for this turn, shutting down this attack.
I really like it when players, you know, sort of use the full utility of a card like this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 100%. It's kind of just like I was mentioning earlier with Glimpse Beyond, like when you're using Glimpse Beyond for those, you know, lifesteal dodges and stuff like that, or just effect dodges. Just feels smart, feels intelligent. And what am I intelligent here to just continue to remove the board of Stan, just recognizing, okay, Stan is using all of his steam right now to try to be aggressive, and it doesn't really have a lot of fuel, as we can see in hand after this. I mean, Curse Keeper is not a whole lot when you don't have a way to trigger it, and Atrocity is going to be dead in hand for quite some time. So this is not looking too bad for What Am I now.
Yeah, that turn really was not as aggressive as Stan really wanted or needed it to be. And a second Atrocity off the top.
Oh.
You know, like double Atrocity and double Rite of Negation are really the hands where this deck starts to feel really bad.
Yep.
And as you had mentioned, there's no draw power on the side of Stan. There's no refuel, and that means that What Am I, with all of his self-replacing cards, is probably going to start to take over the game here. Stan can kind of turn it around with a Thresh. There's no immediate answer for that on the side of What Am I, unless we can get Vi up to that point, which honestly, with a gem in hand, we might be able to. But things looking pretty good for 3-time OLS champion here. What am I?
Soon to possibly be 4-time.
Was he already 4-time? I wasn't 100%.
No, I think he's 3-time. Yeah,
you think? Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I feel bad for the other side of the bracket. Whoever wins and makes it to the finals has to play against, at the very worst, a 2-time OLS champion.
Oh yeah. Yep. Bingo.
But hey, Trevo's been on a miracle run so far. If Trevo can pick up the win against either Sonic or Snipecross, maybe Trevo can become the one-time OLS champion.
Oh, 2 Dune Keepers coming in here from Stan, which honestly feels okay because the trades right now from What Am I aren't that great. So yeah, What Am I is just going to go ahead and take that damage, save both 3-2 units. But now Vi is going to come in and do work on this board. Vi is going to clean up Boulevard. This is an insane board for Vi to go in on. Woo.
It really is. And I don't know why, but you sounded kind of Brooklyn when you said Vi, that you were like, Vi!
Yeah.
And the Mentor of Stones gonna put Vi up to a 10-6. Or, I think what we're actually probably gonna do, gem the Vi to, get her up to 10 attack, and then maybe even throw the Fangs next to this here Mentor of Stones.
I don't know. I mean, I think you want to go in now, grab a Makai Reaper before some more Slay effects go off, so we can at least get one of these off the board with these fearsome tags. But I don't know, man. I think this is low-key going to be a Vi win condition here. I think she might.
I thought you were going to say something really dumb like a Victory.
A Victory. Wow, that's a new one. Oh,
please don't make it a new one. I want that one to die immediately.
I mean, you put it in my head, so it's your fault.
I already regret saying it.
Yeah, if I use it, it's entirely your fault.
It looks like we actually do turn around and decide not to mentor anything this turn.
Yeah, which is weird. I would have, if you're not going to mentor the Vi, I would imagine you want to mentor the Fangs going in. Just to buff.
Looks like we just elect to mentor nothing and just kind of, develop it and say, hey, this is here. And a Thresh off the top for Stan is pretty much exactly what they needed, but there's a lot of counterplay in What Am I's hand still.
Yeah, there's this Crescent Strike. So even if some aggression were to come out, I think What Am I's in a pretty good spot now with 2-star shaping and the Crescent Strike. I will say though, we have the puzzle pieces now on the side of Stan. Yeah. We have a Thresh with a ton of units on board. That's really the big concern here. Looks like.
Do you see this?
Oh, we're gonna be able to pick off Vi too.
Do you see this, Nasus?
That's a
little guy. That's a little guy.
That's a 3.
Don't hurt him. He's just a little. This is Chip. This is Chip stats.
Yeah, but you know what? You just keep Nasus in hand. Then you get Thresh on field. Thresh levels up, and if Thresh is leveling up, that means Nasus is probably going to get big. Now all of a sudden you get 2 8/8 Nasuses on board. I think Stan could swing this back around in a second Boulevard. It might take a couple turns, but things aren't looking incredibly bad now. The problem is once that happens, once all this happens, the shenanigans with the Thresh and the Nasus, and we get these big old dogs on field, then you have Hush. And at the end of the day, Hush is still just your trump card with Targon. It's just so difficult to win through Hush.
You also don't punch through this Vi.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to make an attempt this turn. We do have the Makai Reaper coming in at it saying, hey, you can either take 16 damage or you can offer up a couple of trades. And I imagine we will offer up probably at least 2 trades. Take out the 4/3s and say, yeah, you know what, I'll take 8 damage. I still got a little bit more healing in hand. I'll be able to heal up with the Fangs as well. We might actually get an Atrocity to try and finish off this Vi. But unless we Atrocity one of our 4/3s, the Mystic Shot will totally negate that.
Okay. Blocking with this Mentor feels so weird to me.
A little bit, but I see it.
I mean, I see it because it's in front of me on the screen, but I don't see it. I don't see it otherwise. We could have just gone in and given the +2/+2 with Vi. I mean, sure, now we wouldn't be blocking damage because it would have been
it would have gotten jump block.
But I don't know, man. That just seems a little sus to me. That's
what are you talking about? You blocked a 2/1 with a 1/1. That's value.
No, you blocked a 4/1 with a. Didn't he block the Spirit Leech with it? It actually got more value.
Something with it. Yeah, that was a good trade on the side of the Mentor of the Stone. Top tier value, and now we are going to get. With all these gems in hand, we really are never going to be afraid of losing our Vi again. We're going to be able to keep her really healthy, especially with the star shaping. And this is the turn where Stan needs to throw down the Thresh. And it's kind of interesting because What Am I obviously wants to push a little bit of damage, start actually going towards a proactive win con with this Vi, but if you just pass the turn here, you were floating a bunch of mana on the side of Stan and saying, hey, you're not allowed to get anything down. And if Stan throws down the Spirit Leech, that's your green light to go ahead and start going in with this Vi again and taking apart some of your opponent's board. You know, they didn't develop the Thresh, they didn't develop the Nasus, but I think that What Am I is going to have to go in for the attack regardless because you really want this Zoe value to start going as well.
Yeah, Zoe is going to be able to start to pick apart a lot too. Fangs is, not for nothing. We continue to see Fangs played a lot all throughout day one, all throughout today. Not just in this deck, but generally, I mean, I think this deck is playing as 3 of all the time. This card is so useful. This card, like, the fact that it has lifesteal is insane. The fact that it gets you a Celestial on top of that is it's such an impactful card, and it's such an anti-aggro tool. I mean, that's what we're seeing. We just had another one that was on board as well. It's allowing What Am I to stay in, like, it's just an incredibly comfortable spot here. Even being able to not use that Star Shaping. That's the thing, too. Fangs, alongside Star Shaping in the deck, it allows you to just kind of sit back, relax. You don't have to rush the Star Shaping and use it just because your opponent's threatening lethal super early on. And that's what Am I's been able to do this game. Just sit back, relax, and this big old girl on field that can punch a hole right through your Nexus, and she's looking like she's getting ready to do that.
I just love the idea of the Fangs being comforting, where when you click on the full art of the Fangs, this I would guess head to tail, the Fangs is about 300 feet long. It's about 17 stories tall. It is made of stars.
It's a giant comforting cat. Okay, cats are comforting. All right, that's a cat.
It's a tiger.
Or is it a liger?
It's a saber-toothed tiger.
Are you positive?
Yes.
Are you sure you want to? Is that your final answer?
Yes, because I don't think that there's an in-canon answer for you to contest me.
I don't think there is either.
I don't think you can Google this one.
I want to argue liger, but
you could Google it, and you're just gonna get a video of me saying, "Hey, it's a saber-toothed tiger."
It's just gonna be some dude saying what it is, not proven. All right, that's a little bit better. That's a little bit better. Now we got an 8/8 Nasus. That's
I got a primo hush target. Good job, Nasus.
Yeah, man, these. You think so. It's weird that we keep seeing so many Thresh Nasus decks, and they just keep running head first into Hush. Like, you think people wouldn't play it as much?
Well, you can't play around it in a situation like this.
You don't play the deck. you just don't play the deck. There you go.
I mean, so coming into this, my assumption was that What Am I's Zilean Nasus was going to be the weak point that was going to be attacked, and that still can ring true here.
I wonder if it was banned. That would be crazy, huh?
You know, it's crazy to me that you're right. We just shouldn't play Thresh Nasus because, oh, what's that? There's 6 Thresh Nasus in Top Cut.
Yeah.
How did that happen, JDoza? Hush exists. How could we have possibly gotten here?
Well, how many Zoe Vi did you say there
were? 3?
Yeah. So
on top of 4 Asol Demacia?
So I'm curious to see, and Asol Demacia seems like it has a decent matchup versus it too.
There's 8 Targon decks in Top Cut.
Yeah, so there you go. So I just feel like any sort of Targon deck is usually going to have a decent matchup versus Nasus. So I'm curious to see once we get to the finals what comes out on top. Is it Nasus, because there'll almost certainly be a Nasus deck in the finals, or is the person with the more Targon heavy lineup actually going to take the victory there?
And speaking of taking the victory, this is going to be Hush in response to the Siphoning Strike. Although we can still use Atrocity to take out the Vi, we have to use it right now.
Oh, wow.
I think, would that even do it? No, that actually wouldn't do it. We'd still be just shy of doing it. So, yeah, no answers there from Stan. Is going to fall there in game number 1 against xXWhatAmIXx.
It's WhatAmIXx. Thank you.
Why don't you pronounce the first X's?
Because pronouncing an X at the beginning of the word is too difficult for my brain to comprehend.
That's reasonable.
And it doesn't roll off the tongue in the middle of a cast, okay? There's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Should we just call him Jordan? Stan used the name Stan. We're going to take it down a level. This is Stan versus Jordan.
All right. Nope. The Zilean deck was not banned, so we're gonna try our luck here.
There's no world where you ban this deck, right?
No,
this is the deck that you're looking to pick on.
I don't think you do. No, it's just bad. I don't like if Nasus loses to Targon, then Zilean Nasus.
I can't wait. I can't wait for What Am I to win this tournament, and we're interviewing him. I'm like, hey, so what am I? JDoza said this deck is bad. What do you think of that? Do you think he's right?
Coming, yeah, and then I'm gonna respond with, oh, so Boulevard thought you were definitely not gonna win this tournament because your lineup sucked. What do you think about that?
I'll tell him that to his face. I'll lead with that one too. I'll be like, I thought your lineup sucked. JDoza thought your deck sucked. You know, what's up, man?
How did you do this? Why is this happening?
Well, we're going to watch it happen, so it's not really going to be a question. But as it stands, Stan, I think the triple Curse Keeper opener is actually pretty good here. And, you know, we talk a lot about this matchup not only being decided slightly by one player having attack on odds versus evens. That does usually give a very big advantage over to the odds player, but also one player having the Thresh and the other one not. Of course, What Am I has no opportunity to have the Thresh because they just dropped it. It's not in the deck list. It's in their ban deck, the Thresh Aesol. So having this in the opener for Stan is going to be really, really good. It's probably just going to get Vengeance immediately, but hey, you know, we tried. It's tempo efficient, technically.
Yeah, Vengeance already there in hand for What Am I. But I got to agree with you. Like, that's already just one kind of concern down for Stan there, just not having to worry about that Thresh. There's the bug again for anybody who's not familiar with it from earlier. It is on field, I promise. It's acting like it's a Twisted Fate right now. We are on turn 4, so we don't need to have the Vengeance up now. We do probably want to keep Vengeance mana open, so I wouldn't be surprised if we get we drew another Preservarium, right? Now it's just like disappearing in hand. If we get the second
okay.
There it is. It's there. Now we're gonna get the second Preservarium.
So weird.
And look at they keep over. Get on the field. Put them in the attack zone so it resets. Damn it. All right.
You know, on my side, everything looks normal.
I know, yeah. Yep, there's a Thresh, and I would not be surprised if we just get an instant. Yeah, that was the quickest Vengeance you are ever gonna see out of What Am I.
That does give Stan an opportunity to Rite of Calling, though.
Yes, yep.
And I'm a little curious if we're going to do it on the Prey or if we're going to do it on a Curse Keeper. Looks like we do go for the Keeper saying, I want a Fearsome blocker.
Well, not even that. I mean, this is a pretty big attack turn as well. Although, actually, if we are getting...
we're pushing through 3 damage here. If we want to sacrifice 2 of our larger units, which, you know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Putting What Am I down to 10 does sound pretty good here. And I do like actually trading away the 3-1 if you can, because What Am I, of course, playing a lot of 1 damage sweepers. We've got Zilean bombs. We've got the Withering Whales, the 3 Withering Whale already in hand. And this wide board is about to get completely cleaned up. And the Withering Whale on open makes sense, not giving Stan the opportunity to get the Thresh down before that happens.
Yeah, very, very aware of the situation right now on the side of What Am I. And this is exactly how you have to play around this Thresh Nasus deck. You need to make sure that Thresh is not going to level and get those kills onto the level up. So, again, there is a 3-3 additionally on board for anybody wondering what the heck is going on. It should eventually go onto the field once we submit an attack, if we ever do submit an attack here. And right now,
I imagine we're not submitting an attack here.
No, I don't think so. I think What Am I in a pretty good spot right now. I mean, Stan, yes, we have the Thresh on field, but there's no real pressure being put on by Stan yet because these Fading Icons trade really favorably into this entire board. The problem is, how do we get this Thresh off the board again, the second Thresh in a row here, before it levels? And I don't know if What Am I really has a reliable way of doing that right now.
As it stands, no, we don't have anything. We're going to have to wait for another Vengeance to come out. And I think What Am I on 2 copies of that card only? I don't think he's on the full 3. There's no, like, Ruination or anything coming out of this either, I don't think. Yeah, 2 Vengeance, no Ruination. Yeah, it's gonna take some doing for What Am I to actually get through this Thresh, and I don't think that What Am I is even necessarily stalling towards anything like we were in a previous set where like Stan and Angel Tronic both had really bad hands, and Stan was sort of just stalling towards a turn 10 Aesol. Instead, What Am I, even if we draw a Thresh, I don't know how big, or a Nasus rather, I don't know how big it's going to be. It's going to be decent sized thanks to the Withering Whale, but I don't know if it's going to be big enough to start to swing things in their favor when the Thresh level up is still looming.
So we could Spirit Leech here on the side of Stan onto a Cursed Keeper. Yep, yeah, and then still hold Box mana open, which feels really good. Because Box does currently kill the Merciless Hunter here, and it does kind of prevent What Am I from summoning anything else. Blighted Caretaker would be terrible right now, and yeah, we're actually going to Vile Feast instead. So actually, to be honest with you, I would not be surprised if we do get the Box out of Stan here, because this seems like it's going to be one of the better situations to play the Box in.
To kill 1/4/3?
To kill a 4/3 and the 1/1 Spiderling. Like,
Maybe.
I don't... Like, listen, there's obviously better situations, but I feel like with people always playing around the Box, it's just not going to happen.
We're so close to being able to level this Thresh. The Box plus the Butcher would put us at 5. So the Thresh is going to level here. Yeah, it is a little awkward that we have to cycle away our 3rd Thresh to do it. So generally we talk about leveling the champion, get all future copies leveled, things like that. Not quite going to work out. And because the Glimpse Beyond is coming down onto the Merciless Hunter, I feel like this actually is not terrible for What Am I, depending on what we draw here. That wasn't it. That's not great either, actually.
Well, I mean, Glimpse is Glimpse. I mean, it'll draw some more.
Glimpse. It's more cards, but without an influx of spell mana on either player's side, when we're just sitting here playing a very honest, the turn that it is how much mana we have, things look a little bit more rough. And Stan going to go in for the full suite of attacks here and say, you know what Am I? Trade off your entire board. See if I care.
Well, we can avoid the Thresh leveling if we don't block anything.
That is not true. We actually have the Ravenous Butcher in the hand of Stan.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, okay. So, all right. Well, so what
also,
am I?
Go to 1.
Well, yeah, but What Am I can fade, like, being able to prevent this level up here. So Stan can. So What Am I could opt to not block, thinking it prevents the Thresh level up.
I don't think What Am I can go to 1.
I don't think he can either. Well, I mean, we do have Withering Wail, so okay, yeah, no, we're locking him in. All right, we're saying okay. It doesn't really matter if I prevent it, because at the end of the day, by the time the next attack turn comes around for Stan, there's a pretty good shot that Thresh will level up at that point.
Yeah.
So there's really no reason to prevent the level up at this point, with it maybe being at 5. So
that said, though, I think a Nasus top deck from What Am I is actually completely insane. There's vulnerable onto the Thresh. We already cycled away the 3rd one. If we can draw Nasus here,
nothing. No Nasus.
And really, because we don't have spell mana, we're not going to be able to like try and cycle for it. I don't think there's a universe where we can kill this Thresh before it attacks. Absolutely none. Just not anything going to be big enough.
No. And that feels kind of bad, because I do think at this point now, Stan is going to start to run away with it. We'll see what Glimpse Beyond draws. Again, like you mentioned, if we can draw Nasus. Unfortunately, though, now we don't get the mana for Nasus. So, we were 1 away, Boulevard, from the top.
And how big
deck.
Is that? How big is that Nasus? I'm getting 12.
We are at a 14-14 Nasus. That would have been huge. Wow.
I think Stan might just have lethal on the open. I would imagine that Stan's Nasus is of similar size. Ooh, but we're setting ourselves up to just get double whaled and have all of our non-Nasus aggression pretty much instantly turned off. Not that it really matters, because the Winds in the Wave does come down as first wave. What's the other side called? Oh, I can't check it. That's crazy.
Oh, because what? Yeah, because you chose the card after the fact.
Yeah.
Or wait, can we check it in the sidebar though?
Well, there was one on field earlier, so I'm going back to check that one.
Oh no, you can't even in the sidebar. Wow.
It was...
What do you got?
Last Wind. Okay.
All right, here we go. Here's the attack. Gonna pick off the Escaped Abomination and push through a whole ton of damage. Man,
see how big the Nasus is for Stan.
I would have loved to have seen that Nasus top deck, because this game it wouldn't necessarily have been like a win for What Am I right off the bat.
I think it would have.
It might have, but it would have made it a much interesting
smaller
game. Yeah, that is a lot smaller. And this is 2 whale. I mean, all right, so we still have the vulnerable attack, so we can deal with the Thresh.
Yeah.
Next turn, which means we'll get a strike off with Nasus. And right now, as it currently stands, oh no, all right, Nasus is still going to get to 10 after the slays. So, oh, that feels bad.
We're dead to atrocity here if we're What Am I, but of course Stan doesn't have it. Does have an opportunity though to go for it with the Spirit Leech onto the Thresh, which I really like, actually. I think that with your Thresh being at 1 HP, against a Zilean deck especially, maybe you just want to get it off the board. That said, though, I think all 3 Whale and a Vile Feast have been used out of What Am I? So there's really not a lot left. But I do like, getting down this Dune Keeper, throwing out the Spirit Leech and saying, hey, if I draw Atrocity, the game ends right here, right now, and we don't get it.
Hey, Boulevard, look how useful that Zilean is in What Am I's hand.
You're saying that like I've been singing the praises of Zilean, like I haven't been relentlessly flaming
I
the card.
am just pointing it out for everybody else that's watching as well. Oh, hey, look, we get to put probably a Glimpse Beyond on the top of the deck.
I wasn't sure if we were putting Rite of Negation on top.
It could be right as well. I mean, we do technically have Nasus and Atrocity. We have the combo, but I mean,
we don't have it all in one turn, and I feel like the right is a as it stands right now, if we didn't pick Rite of Negation, we lose.
Yeah. Yeah, it at least prevents the Atrocity combo.
Yeah, we took the right.
Yep.
Ooh, but the Merciless Hunter top deck for Stan, I think, solidifies it. Because if we really want to, What Am I throws down Nasus, and we say, you know what, I'm gonna chuck my Nasus at you. How does that feel? You Rite of Negation, my Nasus lives. That is all of your mana. I get to Merciless Hunter your Nasus and pull it out of the way and just slap your Nexus with my big Nasus.
And I don't see any reason not to go that. Well, we actually don't even need the Merciless Hunter. We had the Blighted Caretaker can do the same thing. So there's actually multiple ways we can go about this here. I wouldn't be surprised if we just get the Blighted Caretaker first. Because we do have 2 Challenger units. So in case What Am I happens to somehow have another Fearsome Blocker, that would prevent that. We did already see 2 Withering Whales come out, so it's a pretty good shot that not going to be able to kill those tokens. Oh, we saw 3. Okay, yeah. So
yeah, all 3 of those are gone.
We're not going to have a way. I mean, Vile Feast, I guess, but
there's only 1 Vile Feast left.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure. I think that's a pretty game-winning play. Merciless Hunter. Okay, it does the same thing.
Yeah, just gives you the open attack with it.
And we'll see what Am I does, but this does look like it will solidify things here.
Unless What Am I can get his own Nasus into 2020 range.
We got Blighted. We have...
I don't think he can do it
3.
Because he doesn't have any units with attack on board.
15, 16, 17, 18... I don't think we can do it either. Well, actually,
yeah, it doesn't. Oh, no, that's it.
The Rite of Negation.
The Atrocity. This is lethal.
Oh, because he's at 1 mana now. Yeah.
Yeah, What Am I went down for it and said, hey, I think that this is my best path to victory, and maybe it was. You didn't draw the Atrocity on the first 2. I lose if you have it, so I guess I have to play like you don't, and does get punished for it. And Stan gonna tie up that series 1-1, maybe looking to tie up the OLS wins with What Am I as well, and make himself another 3-time champion.
Wow, yeah, and I mean, this is pretty much what we expected, Boulevard, out of this matchup, right? Stan and What Am I would have been surprised if we didn't get a game 3. It does look like What Am I, it's funny, we've been talking about this all day today. If What Am I wants to get to the finals, he's gonna have to do it with Zilean Nasus. We got both in hand first turn. Well, I don't know a more proper mulligan that we could have right now versus a deck that, I mean, a lot of people have been playing in this tournament. We have a lot of people in Top Cut playing it, and the Hushes alone in the deck seem to do a decent job dealing with Nasus. We're keeping the Zilean. This is it, Boulevard. I'm feeling it. This is going to be the leveled up Zilean game. It's going to happen. I feel it.
You've really been holding out for that one, huh?
Oh, I'm holding out for, if only to see the animation. If only to see the animation. Here we go. Here we go. Time bomb. Time bomb. Here we go. We got one. We're gonna get one.
I don't think you predict a time bomb here.
Oh, we didn't get it. Well, I give it a shot.
Time bomb is not very good against Zoo.
I just want to see a time bomb, man.
I know you do, Joseph, but you're forcing it, bud. You're forcing it. You're playing Zilean decks for the Zilean level up. That's not what you're supposed to do.
Well, definitely not in this deck, that's for sure.
It'd be kind of nice to get 2 Glimpse Beyonds, back to back.
Oh yeah, even anything. Vile Feast, like there's a lot of anything.
A lot of cool stuff you could slam down 2 of.
So Preservarium early on too, so we're gonna get a lot of draw. We'll definitely be able to accelerate quickly towards the win condition. We do also have the Nasus in hand already, so which is good. Yeah. I mean, especially in this deck, there is no Nasus, Thresh. So having the Nasus early is going to be hugely beneficial for What Am I?
There's no Thresh, there's no Rite of Calling, as Rite of Calling could hit Zilean,
Yeah.
so you're really stuck on just drawing your one, or not your one of, your three of uh, Nasus, sort of the old-fashioned way, playing it more like that Endure style, and I just want to check on the number of Hushes in this list from Stan. And it looks like it is... Did I put his deck away? Where is this thing? Hold on. I did put it away. Why is it put away?
I gotcha.
I never pulled up Stan's decks.
The number of Hush is 2.
Okay.
So I mean, technically that favors What Am I a little bit because it's not 3. That's all I'm willing to say with that one. We do have a Mystic Shot to prevent this Glimpse Beyond. We also have Static Shock available, which probably I don't know if that's worse or not. We'll see what Stan decides to go with here. I think what is actually on the board there? Is that another? Yeah, that's another 0/1. So we are going to go with the Mystic Shot. And this does allow us to bank the 3 spell mana going into next turn if we want. And yep, the second Glimpse in return. We actually drew all 3 glimpses in our first hand for What Am I? So no matter what, we are going to draw what we want to here. Going to get that draw off. Also have Box off the top now alongside the Wings and the Wave. And a Spirit Leech. So things looking up for What Am I? I mean, if there's a game he's gonna be able to win with Zilean Nasus, it's looking like it might be this one. But with Vi coming down on turn 5, I don't know. It's still gonna be rough.
There's a lot of dead cards in What Am I's deck in this matchup. On top of the Zilean Bombs, we've got the 3 Withering Wail, and I know a lot of players criticizing Withering Wail in the Nasus deck going into the Empires of the Ascended Seasonal because the card just doesn't really feel good in anything other than the Nasus mirror, or at least it didn't at the time. Yeah, sure, maybe it gets a little bit of value in the Aurelia mirror, probably not as much, or in the Aurelia matchup rather, probably not as much as you want it to, but of course, no Aurelia in top cut does mean we have another dead matchup here, and I think there's just too many inefficient removal spells in What Am I's deck right now to be able to stand up to the power of the Vi.
Well, we are going to sack Zilean to draw another Zilean. NASA's currently at a 5/5 right now, so we'll see if we play Zilean, try to predict something else at the top. We got another Nasus in hand. I'm telling you, Boulevard, if there's a game that I would put at least a little bit of hope in for What Am I winning with this deck in this particular matchup, I gotta think drawing 2 Nasus early like this, alongside just more draw power, this other Zilean here. I mean, this might be it, right? We can use something like Siphoning Strike if we can to possibly get one of those proactive Hushes like we've seen in some other games.
We'll see. There is still a little bit more draw on the side of Stan. Actually, really a lot of draw if we're being honest with ourselves. But there is, of course, also the Falling Comet. What Am I does have the right for that one, but probably going to have to sack a Mana Crystal in that case. You don't want to sack any of these 1 HP units, or maybe even the 3 HP unit, and risk a Get Excited coming down. Just confirm that Stan's running, that his deck does look a little bit different than What Am I's. There are actually no Get Exciteds in here, so it is just Mystic Shot in terms of things that we need to worry about killing our units.
Oh, Static Shock too, right?
I was thinking more for, if we sack a Merciless Hunter.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to have 12 mana on the side of Stan to throw out Falling Comet and have Static Shock, Mystic Shot backup. But you might be right, JDoza. This might be what Am I needed, is the double Nasus draw. We saw him really struggling to draw this card throughout the course of the day, and that was where a lot of his losses were coming with this deck. I actually wouldn't be too surprised if What Am I came in and told us that this is the only deck that he lost on all day. Well, that might not be true. I know that he did lose round 6 and 7. It might not have been a 2-0 on the Nasus Zilean, but we'll see. He's got to bounce back. He's got his top 8 win, top 4 against Stan, though. That's kind of a rough spot to be in, especially as Stan picks up another removal spell for Nasus.
Yeah, and actually, just see if we get an update here on the other semifinals game. So it does look like Trevo ended up playing Snipe Cross in the semis and made quick work 2-0. So we could have a rematch of, round 5, I think, of Trevo and What Am I here. Trevo, so far, 100% undefeated the entire day today. Wow.
Yeah, sitting on a 9-0 record now as it stands as a finalist. I'm actually a little curious about whether or not he had met Stan in Swiss. We know that he did take out What Am I a little bit earlier on. Finally got to see the impact of Bone Skewer.
Yeah. God, I love that card. I'm really starting to like Deep a lot, man. Give me a Bone Skewer, and now my eyes get stars, man. This is feeling like a pretty fun deck. But Vi are gonna be able to pick off units. This is what she does best, especially versus some of these smaller, dinkier units here. The 0-1s. We get a 3-1 here, about to pick off. Looks like Stan a little confused whether or not we want to go in with the Mountain Goat.
You know, speaking of confused, sometimes the stuff that comes out of your mouth just confuses me, where it's like, yeah, I didn't really like Deep before, but now they play a one-of pseudo-single combat, and that deck looks really fun to me. Like,
No. I'm not. If I were to play it, I wouldn't be playing it as a one-of. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, you want to jam three bone skewer in there.
All right, hold on. I am still... Just because it looks fun does not mean I think it's a competitive deck yet. Like, I think it's doing okay right now, but...
It won a seasonal. How much more do you want it to do? I say that like that means anything. I mean, yeah, Victor won a seasonal. Let's be real here. Speaking of which, there is a Victor in Stan's deck, which I don't think makes a difference in this matchup. I'm actually really struggling to think like which matchup I'd be like, I want to see the Victor here.
You say that, but Victor can get out of hand sometimes. So depends on how long he actually sticks around there. Yeah, see, Caspin's got a point. Peak won seasonal, so when
I would say that Victor is trollier than Peak.
When you rebut me saying that about Deep, with Deep won a seasonal, I mean, if Peak won a seasonal, I don't know, Boulevard. Moon Silver, Equinox, and Crescent Strike here for Stan. Actually, it's funny. I think we've seen a few of these decks now with one copy of Victor, not just Stan. I think we saw him in day one as well. Swiss.
Yeah, the original list had a Victor in it, and then a lot of players started to cut it for triple Vi.
But we've yet to see... I think we've yet to see a Victor actually hit the field.
No, I don't think any of the times that we spectated Stan, we haven't seen him draw it. And actually, I think this is the deck that's been getting banned a lot from Stan.
Wait.
What are we waiting for?
Oh, no. I thought there was just a second Zilean in hand. Man, so close. I saw a Time Bomb in hand. I saw a Zilean on field. And a Time Bomb on field. I thought the Zilean's Chrono Shift was a Time Bomb. It's not. It was so close, Boulevard. Do we have draw? No, we don't draw. Oh, man. All right, we got this. Here we go. We're going to draw Time Bomb off the top.
Zilean has to see the Time Bombs die.
Yeah, there's another one.
Yeah, but you're killing the Zilean.
No, don't kill the Zilean.
It's the easiest kill.
Don't do it. Oh, wait. We can Zilean's Chrono. All right, we can Zilean's Chrono Shift into the Time Bomb. All right, we got this.
That doesn't. I don't think that's the line.
That sounds like an amazing line. I don't know what you're talking about, Boulevard. What am I? We need to see this level up animation. Please, for the love of God.
That's a lot of mana on the side of What Am I to level up a Zilean.
And
there are answers from Stan if he really feels like stopping it. There's a Thermo Beam, there's a Falling Comet, there's a Hush, there's 100 things that Stan could do to stop the Zilean level.
Oh, and we don't have 11 mana for the Rite of Negation as well. Man.
You're hanging. I feel like I'm dragging you away from some illusory magic, and I'm like, the dream is dead, JDoza. Zilean's not leveling, and you're like, I know he's in there somewhere.
He's gonna... Oh, this is the closest we got. This was the closest we got.
And it's very far away. I want to really hammer home. We are 10 miles away from this Zilean leveling.
I don't know what you're
And that's the closest we've gotten.
I wonder. All right, wait. What do we got? Okay, we're gonna do. Come on, go below Falling Comet, man. You know you want to. Let's do it. What's this? All right. Come on, spend 3 more mana. Use that Hush on something. All right, well,
I would imagine this is the turn that What Am I wants to spend getting down the Nasus with the Rite of Negation back up.
Yeah.
So Chrono Shift, play the second Time Bomb.
Wait. Hold on. Does he keep the first? Oh, that's so it. Maybe they should change that about Zilean.
Change what?
Like, okay, wait.
I'm pretty sure we grabbed Atrocity.
Hold on. No, What Am I? Please. All right, we just saw a Time Bomb.
You want a Time Bomb level the Zilean here with the second Time Bomb.
Yes, dude. Yes, he did it. Except there's Falling Comet mana still available. Please, Stan, don't do this to me.
There is Rite of Negation.
Oh, now we have the mana. Now we have it. We have it.
I
It's
would
happening.
be.
It's happening.
I'm trying to think of whether or not What Am I is willing to use the right of negation to save the Zilean.
Oh,
or
this is
if
happening.
Stan's even gonna fight him
it.
on that.
We got it. We got it. We went below the six man of the fog. We got it.
We have Thermo Beam.
It doesn't matter. We got the level up, Boulevard. Here we go. Here we go, baby. We even have another time bomb. We have another time bomb. We could actually just do it if priority passes back over to What Am I? You had no faith, and I told you so. I told you this was going to happen. We got this. What do we have? We're doing the thermo beam. We have right in negation. We're doing it. We're right in negation. Yes! What Am I? I love you, man. This is why I watch What Am I, Boulevard. Let's go. All right, here we go. This is how this deck wins. This was what we didn't see the whole time. This is what we've been waiting for, Boulevard. We keep trashing this deck. This is where this deck wins. It's the Zilean level up.
What does this give us? 2 time bombs, a right of negation, and a Zilean? Does he copy champions?
Does he copy champions?
Like, we played a second Zilean this turn. Do we get another Zilean in hand? That art's actually kind of wild.
That art is sick.
Oh, it doesn't count.
Wait, he has to be on field, I think, right?
Yeah, okay. Yeah. That sucks, man. That sucks because now we don't have right of negation.
Man, did we not know that was going to interact like that?
Well, I didn't. I'm sure What Am I does.
I wonder if What Am I did.
I don't think you'd be cheering for this Zilean level up so hard if you knew how Zilean
it's
worked.
It's so
if
hard.
You could, in your leisure time, get the Zilean level.
Hold on. This is so hard to level up. Why does he not work the turn that he levels up? This is stupid. This is... Oh my god. It's like impossible to level this champion up. We finally do it, and it doesn't even work.
And Stan just taking the pass here, saying, you know what, yeah, if you want to wipe everything and just get a time bomb, that's fine. I'll just attack the Zilean with the Vi on the following turn. I know there's no chrono shift I have to worry about because this is your 3rd Zilean.
So unfortunate. So unfortunate.
You wanted this.
I did. No, I did, but I just wanted to see the effects. Well, yeah, now we're going to end up probably falling commenting the Nasus here, which is very unfortunate. Here we go. Here we go. All right. So this gives me hope.
This gives us the Nasus next turn, though, right?
Well, oh, yes. Yeah, wait. Yeah, hold on. This gives us Nasus back if this is working how I think. And right now, there's no way that Stan removes Zilean.
Not right now, no. I think that Stan might have needed to actually Falling Comet the Zilean and then just use the Hush on the Nasus. Yeah.
That might have actually been a misplay because nobody knows what the hell Zilean does, let's be honest. Because Stan's like, wait, I've never seen this card as a level 2 on the field. What does this even do? Probably not thinking, because even you, when you first saw it, which I agree, probably not even thinking that it works on champions, but we'll see right here. It works on champions.
Yeah, getting that Nasus is going to be absolutely huge.
Yes! Let's go! We have like infinite time bombs now. Look at this. Oh my god.
Does Stan win with Star Shaping?
Well, on like a giant elusive unit.
Well, we deal 5 damage with the Vi hitting the Zilean. So What Am I's only at 9. So it would, I think an Immortal Fire would be there.
Well, it looks like we're not going that route.
Might not though.
We are getting rid of Zilean.
This is a problem for Stan. You know, we can throw down the Nasus here. Could even use the Siphoning Strike to try and get around the Hush.
Yeah, and we have these time bombs that continue to refuel too. I mean, yeah,
although
they do damage, but
it doesn't work out perfectly because we have Hush Thermo. So we will still be able to kill the Nasus once it goes down. And it looks like we're not actually going for that line. We are just going to take our free draw.
Yeah, and Preservarium as well, more draw. So, I mean, gonna be able to have a lot of resources on the side of What Am I? The problem is that Hush is just still...
it's still a looming threat.
Yeah.
But there is a second time bomb in What Am I's hand. So we can actually clear out this Messenger as well. Kind of curious if Stan's going to throw down a second one.
Yeah, I don't know if we really want to play the second time bomb this turn. I mean, I guess it's not bad to draw more. I do think we need to get this Siphoning Strike off. I think what we've talked about before with Siphoning Strike kind of baiting out that Hush so you're not having to attack with your Thresh, I think that's what needs to happen here. But
Well, we don't have enough mana for that.
no, I mean next turn. And the
Yeah.
problem with that is that means it's going to be a few more turns until we even A, can attack with Nasus, and then B,
Nope.
can
We would actually just
Atrocity.
be pissing away a Nasus because Stan. Generally, you do it to play around the Hush so that you don't have to send Nasus into combat. But Stan has multiple ways to kill a 2/2 Nasus without combat.
Yeah,
We can
Mystic
just Hush
Shot.
Mystic Shot.
Yep.
We can Hush Thermo Beam if that doesn't work for some reason.
Oh,
I would imagine that Stan should still have this one, but hey, you got what you wanted to see, right? You got to see
yeah, I'm happy.
the Zilean level up.
I'm happy.
We saw Stan have a little bit of an oopsie because just not super familiar with what that champion does.
I am incredibly happy right now, and those slays going off, dude. Okay, we have an Atrocity with 18. Like, we have lethal represented. I don't imagine we ever get it off, but this could end up being close. I don't think Stan wants to commit Cosmic Inspiration this turn, although honestly you could do Zoe plus Cosmic and still keep open Hush. If that's a route that Stan wants to go.
I think this is a turn where the mana of What Am I is going to get taxed really heavily. We're probably looking for like a Bakai Sand Spinner lethal. This Cosmic Inspiration is sort of a weird way to pass back.
Yeah, I'm really surprised we're seeing this first.
That's a pretty big commitment. It does let us get our Zoe down though, and I think we are looking to, like Hush Mystic Shot this Nasus. And getting Zoe down as a 3/3 is really impactful because, we had talked about all of the different 1 damage removal spells that there are in What Am I's deck that aren't very effective in this matchup, and we just don't want to give, the opportunity to Vile Feast our Zoe or Withering Wail our Zoe or anything along those lines.
Yeah, and I'm so this almost certainly is going to be Siphoning Strike plus maybe the Bakai Sand Spinner even this turn. I don't see. Okay, all right. Oh, actually, I totally forgot. Vi had vulnerable.
Yeah, that's a pretty important one.
Yeah, and that it's just so unfortunate too, though. This Mystic Shot, like you had mentioned, as long as we keep 5 mana open, it doesn't matter what way that What Am I tries to play around that Hush or bait the Hush out. This Nasus will always die. But if that is what happens this turn with the Hush and Mystic Shot, now we can actually get the second Nasus down. Right after that happens, Stan will be out of mana. What Am I has the 6 mana available to play the second Nasus. That feels pretty good.
I think What Am I should have it at that point then, right? This is going to be a 2020, well, not quite a 2020 Nasus, but Stan will be down to 15. We don't have the giant Celestial Win Con off of the Star Shaping like we wanted. We got a Cosmic Inspiration instead. That's going to be Hush. That's going to be the death of a Nasus, I would assume. And then we just don't have the resources to actually finish it off. We've even only got 8 damage when it's all said and done because of the Zoe coming down and the viability. I think What Am I might have found the path to victory.
This is insane if What Am I picks this game up. If What Am I wins and makes it to the finals, even if he doesn't win the whole tournament, if What Am I makes it to the finals off of Zilean leveling, probably the only time he leveled the entire friggin' tournament.
Very likely.
After we've crap talked Zilean Nasus the entire tournament, I am going to be amazed. And I think it all comes down to that initial, or going back to that turn, that falling comet on the Nasus instead of the Zilean. Now, the Nasus, granted, I guess the Nasus would have still been on board. So I'm trying to think of how that actually would have mattered, but we wouldn't have.
The problem
the
is that
bombs.
We dealt with 2 Nasus. This is the 3rd Nasus.
Yeah.
Because we had the Zilean.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there was a bit of a difference to be made. But this is exact lethal on the side of Stan and just not going to be able to live through the atrocity.
Yeah, and right now, there's no way to prevent. There's not another Hush. There's just no counter to the atrocity. If What Am I just wanted to rip it here, we could. And I think, was that the second Hush played from Stan, or was that the first one?
That was the first one.
All right, that's what I thought. So,
and Stan does have a draw. We need to Pale Cascade for lethal.
Oh, so I wonder if we even commit. Do we let this through knowing that Pale Cascade could be lethal?
No, because there's mystic shots and static shocks, and the last thing you want to do is go down to 1 and then fire off your atrocity and just die to a burn spell in response when you don't have any answer for that. You do have the Withering Will, so maybe we do let it go and say, hey, yeah, let me atrocity, but I don't see a reason to wait until you're at 1 HP to do it when you're just going to do it anyway.
Yeah, I think this is really smart on the part of What Am I if we're just ripping the atrocity.
There is still a chance that Stan lives. We can draw Star Shaping. We can draw Hush.
Wait.
There are answers to be found off this Pale Cascade.
Wait, is it even activated for Nightfall? Oh, okay. We have iterative. Okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're good. All right, what do we got? Do we get the Hush off the top?
Oh my gosh, Stan
wow.
is looking to be the 3-time champion here. JDoza. We get the Hush right off the top.
Oh, wow. That is so...
And What Am I has to use the Withering Will here to live, pre-committing all the mana for the turn.
Wow.
Now, What Am I can still win. Your next 2 draws have to be Nasus on your turn and then Atrocity on Stan's turn. But hey, sometimes that's what it takes to win.
Wow, that is just heartbreaking, Boulevard.
Well, that's actually really cool. If you iterative improvement, it gives you the wings and the wave instead of the mode that your opponent had selected.
Oh, okay. Good thing to know there.
Which I think is slightly consistent because if you iterative improvement your opponent's Shirian Posse, you get a Sumpwork Shirian, the 1/2. You don't get the 4/2 elusive.
So What Am I has more draw. So we do have the Time Bomb, we do have the Preservarium, we have another Time Bomb off the top. So that's a thing.
Victor's leveled, random, just off to the side.
Because why not?
Want to throw that one out there.
So I mean, yeah, we could draw some top decks here, but I think that with the Mystic Shot in hand too, on the next attack turn, Stan almost certainly closes things out. We even have another messenger here to go wide, push additional damage.
Yes, I think What Am I needed to play Time Bomb number 2 there just because your only avenue to victory is Nasus on your turn, Atrocity on Stan's turn. Okay. Otherwise, you're just dying to this viability.
Well, there's Victor finally. So we'll see.
We're gonna see a Zilean level up and a Victor level up animation all in the same game potentially.
What a game this has been. Jeez. Yeah, there we go.
Level up animation. I don't think we've ever seen this one before, actually.
Boulevard, what is going on today? This is all of our dreams have come true, or at least all of my dreams have come true. Anyways.
No TLC in Top Cut. Victor level up, Zilean level up.
Oh man! All right, here we go. The Vi does die thanks to Vulnerable. We also killed the Zoe thanks to Vulnerable. And it looks like we're going to commit the Mystic Shot to save the Vi. Yep, and her effect will actually deal the 5 damage that's needed to win as well with an open attack.
Yeah. Zoe also gets to come down. Victor gets his ability off, might high roll into elusive.
I gotta say, there's another box in hand all the way to the left there. I feel like we've seen a lot of players playing box, and they just can't find good times to get them off.
It's really good against Aurelia, and it's not bad versus other decks, but I think we've seen What Am I really struggle to hang on to spell mana in general.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, the first wave is going to be
it's a 2/3.
A 3/4 and a 2/3.
Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, this is, Thermo Beam, going to close that out, and this is going to be one heck of an open attack that... No matter what is top deck from What Am I think that is going to be GG's on the side of Stan and Boulevard.
Stan almost lost it.
Yeah.
So close to losing it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was one top deck away from losing the game, and that's insane. What a game this has been to even get to this point, Boulevard. We're going to drain our own unit to prevent the 5 damage from the Vi, but alas, it is not enough. And Stan, after some crazy top decked Hush to a crazy Zilean level up, takes that game to advance to the finals.